This video will contain spoilers from Persona 5 Royal's third semester. If you have not reached this point in the game, this is your warning. This will be my interpretation of the ending and the lyrics of the credit song, so what you'll hear is entirely my opinion. Thank you for listening. So if it wasn't obvious at this point, I love the Persona series. Each game, in its own way, brings something to the table that's made it stand out in its own way, even Persona 1 with its awkward gameplay. While there are some elements that are shared, the plots are unique and make it so that each game could be your first. Out of all of them, Persona 5 stands out as my absolute favorite. Not only does it improve the gameplay from Persona 4, but it has some kind of nod to the previous games, kind of making it feel like a celebration game of sorts. So of course the execs at Atlus decided, hey! You know what we should do? Re-release the game with added bells and whistles to fix any problems the vanilla version had, and BOOM! Persona 5 Royal was born, and I fell in love with the game all over again. Now while I could go into all the things that were changed, I'm mainly going to focus on the third semester and the new ending song. If you have not beaten the game and do not want to be spoiled, stop watching the video and go finish the game. Then come back. Or, if you only want to hear the analysis of our light, then skip to this time right here. And just a reminder, this is my interpretation, you don't need to take it as fact. With that said, let's begin. So if you did everything right, meaning you maxed out Dr. Maruki, Akechi, and Kasumi before November 18th, and defeated Yaldabaoth, then you have unlocked the third semester. Normally after defeating Yaldabaoth, Sai would tell Joker that in order for Shido to face trial, he would have to turn himself in. But then Akechi arrives to take Joker's place. How is he alive? Even Akechi isn't sure about that, but he knows that he must do the right thing to make up for trying to kill the Phantom Thieves. From here, it seems like things are moving in an ideal direction for the crew, but if you pay attention, something seems amiss with reality. The TLDR is Maruki was getting as much information as he could that could help with his research so that he could enact his big plan. Transform the world into a place where everyone's deepest wishes could come true and no one could feel pain anymore. Ryuji becomes a track star, An can be with her best friend, Yusuke has Madarame actually care for him, Makoto, Haru, and Futaba's parents are alive, and Morgana is a human boy. While that's good for them, Joker, Akechi, and Kasumi realize that the world isn't as it should be, so they head off to Dr. Maruki's palace to confront him. They find out that Kasumi isn't the real Kasumi, but the younger twin Sumire. She was so consumed with grief that her deepest wish was to be strong like her sister, so Maruki changed her cognition to make her believe that she is Kasumi. But thanks to Joker, all of our friends break free from the illusion and resolve to stop the sympathetic doctor. On the night before giving Maruki the calling card, he visits Joker and once again tries to convince him that his world is the best option for everyone. Their dreams can come true and they don't have to worry about getting hurt. And while that's good and all, it takes away people's freedom, which is something the Phantom Thieves just don't jive with. Maruki calls in Akechi, who had been listening to the entire conversation, and the good doctor reveals that he was the one who saved Akechi since it was Joker's deepest wish to be with all of his friends, including this sass master right here. Of course, Akechi is disgusted with this and vows that we will defeat Maruki because he's sick of being someone else's plaything and wants to make his own path. Reasonably, Joker doesn't want to lose him since defeating Maruki means everything goes back to how it was, including Homeboy going poof. But Akechi has already accepted his fate and won't change his resolve, meaning Joker can't back out either. Unless you choose to accept Maruki's deal, where you basically spit in the face of your friend's resolve and choose to live in a fake world. Even the credits seem off when you choose this ending. But in the super duper mega true ending, the Phantom Thieves show the poor doctor the ideal and real superpower of teamwork and take him down, ending with a slugfest between him and Joker. The world goes back to how it was before, with Joker in jail and his friends trying to bail him out just in time for Valentine's Day. Now the ending plays the same as the original game, except now when the thieves try to get the SIU off their tail, Maruki arrives in a cab to take Joker to the train station while his crew act as a decoy. The taxi doctor believes that it was right for him to get wrecked by some teenagers. The team shows up to say their goodbyes once more. Sumire shows up for like 10 seconds, and someone dressed similarly to Akechi passes by with Joker just barely missing him. He then sees himself in his gentleman thief garb before taking off his glasses and wonders how many spin-offs are on the way, ending the game. To some, this new ending could be seen as a slap in the face of the original ending, where the thieves think that nothing can stop them as long as they're together and sabotaging the car chasing them just to prove that, but here's the thing. Joker has to leave them anyway since they're taking him home. He has to leave them no matter what, so this is just made more obvious in the new ending. And really, this isn't new to Persona since all the games end with the protagonist leaving their friends in some way or another. Plus the way it ends makes sense in the context of P5 Scramble since it would be weird to have a road trip follow up another road trip. Which ending is the canon ending I think is supposed to be left up to the player since they both end similarly, but since the new ending has that little stinger that the metaverse isn't gone completely, I think the answer may be obvious. And it gives the credits song more weight, so I think it's justified. Now I know I had to skip certain things like what the group plans to do after Joker leaves or Lavenza having PTSD, but I wanted to focus on the things that set up the meaning of the lyrics to the new ending song Bokura no Hikari, or in English, Our Light. The lyrics to the song could potentially have multiple meanings. One interpretation could be about the deepest wishes the Phantom Thieves have and moving on from their pain while trying to stop Maruki so that the world is not trapped in a world of illusion. Take Sumire, for example. She has vast feelings of loneliness due to her sister dying, and she's dreamt of being a great gymnast just like Kasumi, desperately clinging on to the illusion that she was her sister before having them taken away from her. Or how about Haru wanting her dad to be alive, despite the terrible things he's done to make it big in the business world? She knows he was a horrible human being towards the end, but he wasn't always like that. She knew that he did those things so that they wouldn't be impoverished like how he was as a kid, so she can't bring herself to hate him. The song begins with a very soft and somber piano, accompanied by an ambient background, giving off this feeling of darkness. Then the following lyrics are sung. The crew know deep down that they will not get a second chance at this kind of happiness again, but they vow to break free from any falsities in their way, so they make the decision to fight and grow from the pain in their hearts. And then this happens. When everything gets silent and you only hear Lin's voice before the other instruments join in, it sends shivers down my spine. Another interpretation of the song's lyrics is that these are Dr. Maruki's feelings towards his dreams, his thoughts about Joker, and how pain is necessary for growth. The sad doctor had to erase his girlfriend's memories to get her out of the hospital, and he thought he would be doing a service to the world by taking away its pain. But when Joker and his friends reach Dr. Maruki and have a battle of wills, ending in the destruction of the false world, they show him that his plan was the wrong way to help people. Dr. Maruki realized that he can start over and do things the right way, by helping others while letting them choose their path and endure the pain instead of forcibly taking away their choices, allowing them to grow. Now, while it could be believed those could be the intentional interpretations, it can also be argued that the entire song is about Joker's deepest wish, having Akechi alive with his friends. The following lyrics gives this more ground to stand on. Throughout the third semester, Akechi had kept saying that he was going to walk his own path to Joker on multiple occasions. With this in mind, this is his response by saying that even if Akechi will disappear, Joker will continue to move forward to the future he and his friends created. It's also a bit of a shout-out to the original ending song, With the Stars and Us. A change Persona 5 Royal had made was making Akechi's confidant optional. By doing this, the player is supposed to connect on a deeper level with him and help drive home that Joker and Akechi could have been friends for real if life was different, and just how much it hurt having to sacrifice him to save the world. But Akechi's resolve to break free from being a puppet was so strong, Joker had to accept his choice and believe that he is making the right decision. The bridge of the song tells us this with these lyrics. We return to the first refrain, but this time there are some subtle additions to drive home that bittersweetness. When I first listened to this song, I wasn't sure what to think. It took me a few listens and really thinking about the journey to get to this point to realize this may be my favorite ending theme out of all of the games. I love how open to interpretation the lyrics are. You could say that it could be about any of the things I stated and you would not be inherently wrong. It really hammers in the sadness these characters feel about having to let go of their deepest wishes and having to move forward with that pain in their heart, but they become better people in the end because of it. It speaks to me on a personal level and I hope it does the same for you. This was a fun analysis, and I hope you enjoyed hearing an American interpret the lyrics to a Japanese song. If you would like more analyses like this, please leave a comment to suggest any other songs. It doesn't only have to be Persona related, so just putting that out there. Anyway, best wishes, and take care.